Hi, we are here at Preview Night during Quilt Festival Cincinnati, and I'd like to share with you one of my favorite exhibits. This is this year's Hands All Around. Basically, artists from around the world submit works. There's no particular theme or requirements other than they just have to be beautiful quilts. This is the show's marquee quilt, if you will. It appears in all of the show's programs and print materials and on the tote bag, and it is absolutely gorgeous. It's called Never Again, again by Joan Dorsey, and Joan has also incorporated blocks that were designed by Ellie Sienkiewicz. The next quilt I'm going to show you is one of my personal favorites. It's called Viva Quilts, and it's by Japanese quilter Noriko Nozawa. If you look closely, you'll see some really great quilting motifs, some really dense quilting in some areas of the quilt, and she's incorporated some fantastic color. Her fabric choice is really interesting as well. You can see the quilting in the hand to add contour, but when you stand back you get a completely different visual. And you see a lot of hands busily at work. Okay, let's head around the corner, check out a couple of additional quilts. I think the great thing about this exhibit is that you do get so many different styles and subject matters. This is a really interesting quilt called First Day of Summer by Sonia Bardella, and this is all done using applique and painting actually, which is what helps create that very realistic effect. This is a quilt called Music in Tel Aviv by an Israeli artist named Rachel Kovo. Rachel's used fuse applique, she's done tie-dye discharge, then she's machine pieced and machine quilted the entire work. This is a much more traditional quilt by Jackie Harvey of the United Kingdom. It's a whole cloth, hand quilted, embroidered, couched, and incorporates trapunto, and it is absolutely gorgeous in person. Sometimes whole cloth quilts don't necessarily translate well to photo and video, but I think this one does. This is an adorable quilt. We'll kind of shift here so you can see it better. Called Christmas Song for You by Hiromi Yokota of Japan. It's hand appliqued, hand pieced, hand quilted, so all done by hand. And it's taking its inspiration from a British children's book that the artist says she read as a child. And she wanted to basically incorporate all of the ideas of that book into one quilt. So that's a brief look at this year's Hands All Around exhibit, and we hope you're able to make it to one of our shows this year so you can see it yourself.